Jenn Tran and Sasha Farber have officially called it quits, ending a whirlwind romance that had captivated fans from the moment it quietly began. But don't expect any mudslinging, cryptic Instagram stories or shady unfollows. TMZ has learned that the split, while undeniably real, was surprisingly gentle. According to sources close to the former couple, the breakup was recent and entirely amicable. There was no dramatic fallout, no explosive argument, no betrayal lurking behind the scenes. It was, in many ways, the kind of mature decision two adults make when they realize they're better as friends than lovers, a rarity in the emotionally charged world of celebrity relationships. Those who know Jenn and Sasha say the spark may have fizzled romantically, but what they shared wasn't just some fleeting showmance. In fact, despite going their separate ways as a couple, Jenn Tran, the charismatic and confident alum of The Bachelorette, and Sasha Farber, the ever-passionate and wildly popular pro-dancer from Dancing with the Stars, remain on exceptionally good terms. They're not avoiding each other. They're not deleting pictures or dodging questions. They're doing something far more uncommon. They're choosing to honor the bond they formed, even if it's evolving into something platonic. It's the kind of ending that feels bittersweet rather than bitter. For fans who were rooting for them, hoping their connection would become something long-lasting, the news will undoubtedly come as a blow. But at the same time, there's something admirable about the way they're handling it, with grace, maturity, and a clear understanding of who they are and what they mean to each other. Their story began not in some dimly lit bar or Hollywood after-party, but on the polished stage of a reality competition show that has birthed more than a few surprising romances over the years. The sparks first began to fly in September 2024, when Jenn and Sasha were paired together for season 33 of Dancing with the Stars. Didn't take long for eagle-eyed viewers to start noticing something different about their dynamic. Chemistry between them wasn't just about hitting the right steps or executing perfect lifts. It was in the glances, the laughs, the way they seemed to speak their own language without saying a word. First, it was subtle. Just enough to pique curiosity, but not enough to confirm anything. After all, fans of DWTS are no strangers to on-screen chemistry. The dance floor is practically designed to stir up passion. But something about Jenn and Sasha felt different. It didn't feel staged. It didn't feel like a PR stunt. There was a warmth, an ease between them that extended beyond the ballroom. And the rumors? They took on a life of their own. Social media was abuzz with speculation. Comment sections filled up with hopeful messages, eagle-eyed fans dissected every interaction, every video clip, every moment of lingering eye contact. Was this just a case of dance floor magic, or was there something real blossoming behind the scenes? For a while, neither of them confirmed or denied the whispers, choosing instead to let the mystery linger. But the whispers turned into a chorus when, after months of keeping things quiet, Jenn finally gave fans the confirmation they had been waiting for. In February, she shared a short but revealing video that all but shouted the truth from the rooftops. It was Valentine's Day, a time traditionally reserved for grand gestures and soft, candlelit moments, and Jenn leaned into the romance, posting footage of a dreamy date night with Sasha. The pair were seen enjoying wine, feeding each other chocolate-dipped strawberries, laughing, smiling, glowing. It was sweet, intimate, and the kind of hard launch that didn't need any captions. The message was clear: they were more than just dance partners. From that moment on, their relationship existed out in the open. There was no more hiding, no more dancing around the obvious. They were spotted together regularly, not just at rehearsals or industry events, but out in the real world, sharing coffees, catching shows, walking hand in hand through the streets of Los Angeles like any other couple. On social media, they weren't shy about their affection either. Jenn would post behind-the-scenes snaps of Sasha goofing off in rehearsal. Sasha would share sweet birthday tributes to Jenn, calling her radiant and full of light. The energy between them was magnetic, and for a time it seemed like they had stumbled upon something truly special. But even the most promising love stories don't always follow the script we imagine for them. And sometimes, even when two people care deeply for each other, circumstances, timing, careers, personal growth get in the way of forever. That seems to be the case here. There was no public fallout, no scandal to report, just two people who took a step back and realized their journey as a couple had run its course. It's a rare and delicate thing to part ways without bitterness, especially under the microscope of public attention. Pressures that come with dating in the spotlight, especially after a high-profile launch, can be intense. Every move gets analyzed. Every silence becomes suspicious. But Jenn and Sasha are doing what many fail to do. They're choosing kindness over chaos. Those close to them say they still speak regularly, still check in on each other, and still support each other's goals. They were partners on the dance floor, yes, but they were also partners in life, even if only for a season. The fan base, naturally, has had mixed reactions. Some are heartbroken, already mourning the end of what they saw as a real love story. Others are simply thankful for the joy the couple brought, however brief. And then there are those holding on to hope, believing that maybe this isn't the end, just an intermission. Through all, Hollywood has seen its fair share of rekindled flames. For now, though, Jenn is focusing on her own path. Since her time on The Bachelorette, she's become something of a role model for authenticity, resilience, and chasing your own joy. She's launching new projects, exploring creative avenues, and continuing to connect with her massive audience, who followed her from reality TV to real-life inspiration. Sasha, meanwhile, remains a beloved staple of the DWTS family, known not just for his incredible talent, but for the way he mentors his partners, invests in their growth, and wears his heart on his sleeve. Their connection wasn't for nothing. It was real, it was felt, and it mattered. Just because it didn't end in forever doesn't mean it didn't leave an imprint. In an age of messy breakups and public meltdowns, there's something genuinely refreshing about a couple who can say, "We tried, we cared, and now we're choosing peace." What remains is a sense of respect, not just between Jenn and Sasha, but from their fans. Respect for the way they carried themselves. Respect for the journey they shared. And respect for knowing when to let go without making it ugly. No drama. No betrayal. No headlines screaming scandal. Just two people who danced into each other's lives, made memories that will last a lifetime, and now, gracefully, take their final bow as a couple, still holding space for each other as friends. And in the grand scheme of celebrity romances, maybe that's the kind of love story we should be celebrating more often. But as Jenn and Sasha now stand at the end of their romantic chapter, it's worth exploring the broader impact of their relationship, not just on their personal growth, but on the audience who felt personally invested in their journey. This wasn't just another celebrity pairing that fizzled out in the haze of Hollywood. This was a story of two people brought together by circumstance, drawn to each other by shared passion and curiosity, and bonded through countless hours of trust, practice, performance, and vulnerability. Many fans have pointed out how refreshing it was to see a relationship unfold so organically, without the overt glamorization that often surrounds reality TV stars. While their initial chemistry was undeniably strong, what made it resonate with viewers was its authenticity. People could see the way Sasha looked at Jenn when she wasn't watching, or how Jenn would break into genuine laughter during their practice sessions when something went hilariously wrong. These weren't rehearsed moments. These were glimpses of real affection, something that's increasingly hard to come by in an industry where so much is staged for the perfect shot.